ladies and gentlemen, Reg Litherland.
I've got to correct him there because I'm not just a long serving member of the district. I was born here. So I've been here all my life. I know there's one or two here tonight that are a bit older than me by what I can hear the stories going on, but I can remember my biggest memory of what I took part in this town hall was in 1945, at the end of the war, when we were having a concert here to raise funds to send food parcels to Britain. Believe it or not, we were feeding them for nothing then. I think that basically a lot of people don't remember this, but there would be a few around here that do. But just at that point was about the time when the American soldiers had left of the district, and of course there was a big influx of American Marines down there in Purina Road and Price's property there, and there's a memorial to that down at the bottom of Kenderdine Road if you go and have a look. But those memories of those boys coming up here to our little town for a Saturday night's enjoyment and dancing and having fun with the girls. Mind you, they like to do a bit of drinking as well, but to be, you know, we might not believe this, but the majority of those young soldiers were no more than about 16 or 17 years old. It's nothing new for the Americans, is it? But anyway, when you come back to look at the fact is that this building was built when the population here was probably about 1,000 people around here, and when I was born, the outskirts of the town here was all farmland still. There was one school, of course, the Central School, which all of us went to, and a lot of the people tonight have said this, that they went to the Central School, and we had a great time there. Now I think there's 12 schools here in Papatoetoe, which shows you the extent of the population change. I think that Papatoetoe hopefully will still retain its mana, as we've seen tonight, and I welcome the fact that we've become a different society and we are learning to live with one another probably better than we did. I remember as a boy going to school that there was not one Maori child in our school. That says something, doesn't it? But anyway, the fact is that things have changed that greatly, and hopefully for the better. One of the things that I will always remember, though, getting back to the school, was the fact that during the war, when we were only youngsters at Central School, there was all the men were at the war, and there was nobody here to look after the grounds, and the recreation ground up there was still used in the winter time, and there were holes all over it by the time the summer came, and the whole school used to get out with the council used to dump a whole lot of soil on the front there, and we used to get out with our little buckets and spades, and we'd go around the whole place and fill up all these holes so it would be usable for the cricket the next season. And the other thing that I remember was the fact that about every second year, there weren't many, in those days there weren't many sealed roads, you know, probably about 6 sealed roads in Papatoetoe. And they had the main road, of course, and Georgia Street was the main sealed road, and we had, at that time, we had a steamroller, great big steamroller, and that steamroller took part, apart from rolling the road when they resealed it every time, it always took part in festivities that we had that started from the town hall here. So things like that remain in your mind, don't they? But good luck to all the rest of them here tonight, like myself, who've been here all their lives. My mother and father came here in 1925, and my mother was a midwife, and she was the only midwife here. There were no hospitals around in those days, and funnily enough, my father was the only plumber. That was wartime, of course, I'm talking about, so there was very few people around. But we grew up with a lot less than we have today, and I think we can be thankful for it. And we can be thankful that the people over the years have managed to keep this place up to standard too. And it's going to be having a repaint shortly, my builder tells me. Thank you.
Now the series. Thank you very much, Rich. Now, ladies and gentlemen, moving down to a man, great man. There's Noel Robinson. Stand up, Noel. I'll go the other way. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here together for Mr. Noel Robinson.